Welcome to Everyman Driving Experiences. We're here at Presswold Hall, our home circuit. We've got our day running behind us. You can see we've got a fleet of around 200 cars, around 30 out today, but today we're going to be looking at the Formula 4. So this is an ex-championship winning car, raced in the UK series. So yeah, let's have a look around it. So this particular example is a 2020 model. It's a 1.6 litre engine, turbocharged as well, made by Ford. They're producing around 160 brake horsepower, which is plenty enough in a car that weighs less than 500 kilograms. The gearbox on it's a 6-speed sequential Sadev gearbox, so around £12,000 worth of gearbox in the car, making it very fast. So when it comes to getting you seated in the Formula 4s here, as you can see we have a couple of extra props. So if you want to come over to the car, we'll show you inside. So as you can see inside the car we have a fixed plastic seat. It doesn't move, neither do the pedals, but what we provide for your seating position is an insert. We have varying sizes, meaning anyone between the heights of 5'3" and 6'3" can drive these vehicles. If you look inside the car, they're equipped with a 4-point safety harness that's fixed to the chassis, meaning you're nice and secure when you're driving along. So the first port of call when we get you in the car is making sure you're safe and seated correctly to be able to drive comfortably when going around our circuits. So just remember, when you're here driving your Formula 4 with us at Everyman, please wear appropriate footwear. So no heels, no flip-flops, no sliders. Make sure it's appropriate for a real race car. So preferably, please wear some race boots or some plimsolls, certainly some very narrow shoes. So in the Formula 4s, you will see there are 3 pedals, exactly the same as a normal road car. On the left, we have the clutch pedal, in the middle we have the brake pedal, and on the right is the accelerator pedal. With the clutch, you only have to use it to pull away and to stop. The rest of the time we change gear on the flappy paddles, which is up a gear on the right, down a gear on the left. So when we've got you in the car and seated comfortably and you're happy you can reach the pedals correctly, we will then attach the brace, the shoulder brace. So all this is you'll be in the car with your helmet on. So you'll be in the car with your helmet on, and then we'll put this over your shoulders like so, slip it in, and then ensure that it's bolted down correctly. All this does is make sure that you're strapped in nice and secure and that there's no movement when you're driving the single-seater, so you can have full concentration when you're going around the circuit at speed. When it comes to starting our Formula 4 cars, there's a very specific startup procedure in order to look after it. So in the vehicle we have 3 switches, top, bottom and a middle one. We firstly turn the bottom switch up, which is ignition. When you get ignition, you'll see the steering wheel light up, and we wait for that to come on. So you can see various gauges on the steering wheel. So we have a water temp gauge, a speedometer, an oil temperature gauge and an oil pressure gauge. The oil pressure gauge in red is the one we're looking at. So what we need to do is press the start button to gain oil pressure. So you'll see that gauge creep up. When it gets to 1.4, we can then turn the second switch on, which is fuel, and then start the engine. When you get into one of our single-seaters, first you must make sure the belts are out the way to avoid the buckle going somewhere you don't want it to. And then you're going to climb in one leg after the other, like so. And then lower yourself down like you're climbing into a bath. Something like that. So once you're sat comfortably in the Formula 4, your instructor will assist you in starting the vehicle. When the vehicle's running, you will need to select first gear. To do so, as you would in your car, you're going to dip the clutch with your left foot, press and hold the green button while clicking the right paddle, and you'll see a 1. Whilst you are going around the circuit, you will change gear using the paddles attached to the steering wheel. So to go up the gears, as I say, once you're already rolling and in first gear, you do not need the clutch. So all you're going to do is click the right paddle once, which will put you into second and take you all the way up the gears as you're accelerating. And if you're braking and slowing down, you click the left paddle to come down the gears. When you bring the car to a stop after your experience, you're going to slowly come down the gears to first gear, then dip the clutch and leave it in first. Stay in the car with your foot on the clutch until your instructor comes over and tells you how to take it out of gear. As you can see when you're driving the vehicle, there'll be various displays on the middle of the steering wheel. So in the top left you have oil pressure. If ever this flashes red, pull the car over immediately and bring the car to a stop. You also have a water temperature, which is on the top right, the oil temperature as well. Again, if any of those flash red, then again pull the car over and bring the car to a stop when it's safe to do so. And then the big N in the middle represents what gear you're in. As I say, there's 6 gears, so you're looking at that to see what gear you're in when you're approaching a corner. So finally, when you're in the F4 and ready to go, so you've been briefed fully by your instructor and you're happy with everything, you're going to pop your helmet on. Make sure the buckle's done up and get ready to drive the F4 round a real racetrack near you. And that is how we drive an F4 car at Everyman Driving Experiences. If you want to learn more or have a go yourself, then get over to the website and get yourself a booking with us here at Cresswell Driving Centre. Thank you.